this is part 2. Remember that we are in this simulation. We have 4 areas and a city council, and we have covered so far the community services area. Just to give you that overview again, we have economic development, social services, law enforcement, etc., and education. So let's go and look at their annual reports. Those reports are found on this page. Participant reports, it says. So we'll start off with social services. Social services are those things like, we're doing great, as far as levels of service right now. 101, 103, but remember, that's law enforcement, public health, fire, and disaster response. That department has a number of things that it looks at, okay? It has to decide, how many law enforcement will it have, okay? So it's got 141. They can change that number, okay? And as they change it, their cost changes. So the city council can say, okay, we want to give you X amount. You decide how you split it up. We would like to see, about $8 million spent on law enforcement because that's where it was. We're doing well. Our quality's good. So, if you were in the law enforcement group, you would have to decide, okay, what do I have to do? Do I improve the equipment quality? There's 138 crime incidents. We can't change the number of incidents, but we could change the equipment quality, right? Here's equipment quality, and down here, fire equipment quality. Sounds like there's going to be a lot of inputs that they can make. Additional dollars, for example. So the concept behind the simulation is that they're coming in with a deficit. So they're going to go to city council and say, hey, we need more money so we can cover this deficit and so that we can boost our quality here, right? Okay. You'll get the idea that in each of these other reports, which you click here and you look at the reports on the top. There's one for the economic development and there's one for education, right? And in education, we've got a list of how many teachers. I can't quite see that. It shows teachers and gives you the count. And so we're able to go in as teachers to see this. As the education department. Now, the reason I say education department is because this right here is where the data is placed. If I click up here on education, see, I'm in the city council and I'm part of the education team. So here are the things that I have impact over. People who are not in the education department, they can't see these things. Professional development level 4. If I increase that, the quality of the education is going to go up. I can invest in improving the quality. Bam, bam, bam. I just throw money at this. Over on the higher education, same thing. And this shows number of teachers, right? They're mandating that we increase those numbers. So do we know how much? I'm not certain. Remember, I'm looking at this before I really understood this scenario, the whole simulation. But I think what's happening is that I'm meeting with my department and we're deciding levels here and trying to figure out how much the budget will be. Then we go and we say, look, that's our money right there. See? We've been allocated, 32, and here's the available funds. I wonder what would happen if I just did that. I'm just going to Do a what if. How bad could it be? I'll change this to a level 5, right? And I'll increase the number of teachers to 2. Oh, I better make sure I say it correctly. So this whole thing I'm going to save, right? That level 5 is supposed to be level 4. Okay, let's say we made 300 teachers there, right? Let's just make that 300 teachers. And we increase this to, I don't know, 270, right? So it was 277 and 252. What's going to happen to our numbers? We want the quality to go up by 5 and high schools go up by 5. Higher education. Okay, so what happens if I hit save? What happens? Data has been saved. Has anything changed? Oh my God, we're really killing ourselves, see? That was too much. I changed it too much. So I have to go back and look at these numbers. Okay, saying, well, maybe that wasn't the right thing to do. Okay, so what if I kept the service level the same? Professional development stayed the same. I didn't add quite as many teachers. Maybe it's 290 teachers. And let's see, 265 over there, right? But we leave the quality as it is, okay? Let's see, this will be new. Let's see, it'll be there. Let's see, so we had 300 there, was it? Yeah, 300. And this was 270. Right? And this was a 5. So that's what it was like, right? When we got into a deficit. But now we're dropping the maybe to 290 and 265 here. And let's see what happens when we hit save. All right? So we're hitting save. And then let's see what happens to our numbers here. Okay. And look, now we're back to 600,000. Oh, interesting. Interesting. We're left with 600,000 in the plus. Well, wonder what else we could do here. So we just keep going back and forth trying different numbers. I'd like to just improve quality all over the place. Let's just improve quality up and down, right? And the budget, let's see. Yeah, we've got all of that doing pretty well now. Let's see what happens. Changing the quality of education, of continuing education, and oh, that's good. The quality of continuing education will help our unskilled laborers. Let's see what happens if we do this. There's that schedule. And if we hit save, how much will it change that bottom line? Remember, we increased some. Okay, there it is. That increase in quality cost us about $300,000. But that might be the budget that we could go with. Now, I can't do these number what-ifs, right? I can't do this. I need to go back and return these numbers to what they were. But you get the idea how by moving things around, we can alter the budget and change the future in a sense. So by returning all of these to the numbers that they were, this is 277, and I believe this is 252. There we are. Okay, that should all be the same. If I hit save, we should now be back to And that was the number that where we had the 3 million extra funds. Okay. That was kind of cool. All right. So that was just education we looked at. The next video we will look at is the what ifs.